It seems to me that we're stigmatizing single mothers.
Some would question whether or not single mothers are undesirable.
I am the product of a single mother. I think in a greater sense, though, single mothers are undateable.
They are not undateable. Some of these single mamas got multiple baby daddies.
Does she have a fat ass? If I see a woman at the grocery store, she fine, she got a little son with her, I'm like, does he need a stepdaddy? We know there's been a lot of toxic conversations around this topic. Some would question whether or not single mothers are undesirable, right? Or are they undateable for those who may want to take that slant? But I think generally speaking, right, because we're typically, a productive podcast, although two of us have the toxic shirt on, so we'll see how that lands. So what are y'all thoughts in regards to just a general single mother conversation? Because, our community has single mothers. We have family members who are, but there's a conversation about wanting to be with them, dating them. What are y'all thoughts about that? Let's start with S&M, who's not a single mother, by the way, but nonetheless, she will speak for every woman. It's all in her. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Pause on that all in her. Let's make sure we pause on that. But so it's actually interesting that this topic comes up, and it comes up a lot in our community. And part of the issue that I have with this is the fact that it seems to me that we're stigmatizing single mothers, especially in the world of dating, without recognizing that they can be single mothers, as in mothers, without somebody else's participation. But they're getting all the slack and the flack and everything that under the sun. So it's like the single mothers are the L's of the community. They're the reason why we have this. They're the reason we have that. And while there are studies that will say that people fare or children fare better under single fathers or two-parent households, I will note that it still takes a man, a father, to create that single mother. So when we talk about being undateable, I think that's ridiculous. I think that when we say they're undateable or undesirable, they're clearly desirable because some of these single mamas got multiple baby daddies. So that means they are clearly desirable. In regards to being undateable, I also think that's a fallacy as well, because it's just a matter of the right person coming along to have that conversation or to start dating them. And once again, some of them have multiple baby daddies. So once again, they are not undateable. I think we just need to throw this whole conversation in the toilet when it comes to this characterization that we have of single mothers.
Okay, I disagree. I'm no shocker, right? I disagree. I think that single mothers, and I am the product of a single mother. My mom and my dad got divorced shortly after I was born, whatever. But I think single mothers are desirable for some people. Some people, they want the family. They want to know that this is a woman who can take care of people, that she has bigger dreams, whatever. I think in a greater sense, though, single mothers are undateable. Now, don't hate me. I know you're going to hate me anyway, but let me explain why. Y'all don't have time, okay? By your own admission, you don't have time. Whether it's on Tinder or whatever you swiping on, I have kids and my kids come first. Okay, well, go do that. You go do that. Because if I want to go out, you're like, nah, it's a school night, baby. Then I want to go kick it with somebody who can go out. And it's no shade against you. You've already got a job. It's being a single parent. I salute you. I've been a single parent. It's hard work. So I salute you. But I'm going to tell you like my mama told me, till you get done doing the parenting thing, you might not want to hook up with nobody. Because blended families are hard. They are harder than regular families, okay? And dating somebody with kids is hard because you're never going to be first. You might tie for second or third, but you'll never be first. So if you want to be in a relationship where you're first, don't go for the single mom, bro. They are undateable for you. Go ahead.
Wow. Jay said undateable for you. I don't know. I mean, there's some single moms who are abdicate their responsibilities of motherhood to fuck with you.
Those are mothers.
I'm going to leave Johnny.
Right.
I'm going to leave Johnny with the grandmama because I want to get this peen real quick. You know how
I support getting the peen.
So I feel like there might be some of those women who might be a little bit more dateable, but then the conundrum is, do you want to date a woman who doesn't prioritize their kids? That is a conundrum, right? Because you want her to be available to you, but at the same time, if she's not available enough, we can't fuck with them. But I do think there's some merit to what you're saying, right? And the thing is, we just got to be honest a little bit. Because when I hear men having this conversation around single mothers, I think what I hear them saying is we're concerned about what's the father looking like in the picture? Is he there or not? Like, there's a lot of testosterone here. I've actually heard some brothers say if he's dead or imprisoned or whatever, then I probably would consider it because they don't want to have that friction with the child's fathers for a certain extent, to a certain extent. So I do understand that, like, for men, especially, like, for example, if you're a guy who did it the right way per se, right? You went to school, you got your education, you ain't got no kids. I think it's fair for that guy to say, you know what, I want to start a family anew myself to a certain extent, right? I want to meet a woman who doesn't have any children and we're building this legacy together. And some of the conversations that I hear men say is like, yo, that dude deserves to put himself in a position where he shouldn't have to settle or, you know, lower his standards to a certain extent, because we love hearing that standards word. You know what I mean? A lot. You know, it's only a problem when men use it. You know what I'm saying? Like women can have all the standards in the world, but as long as a brother says, "Hey, man, you know what I mean? I'm gonna need a little bit more work." You know what I mean? So it's a problem. So I don't think they're necessarily undateable. Like I don't. That's depending on the guy. I do agree with you, but there's some guys out there, bruh. The best you gonna do is shorty. Right? She working, she's responsible, she's a good mom. Like the best you gonna do is shorty over here, so you don't do yourself any favor by thinking you're better than that necessarily. Now, the undesirable part, what are we talking about? Does she have a fat ass? you know what I mean? If she's fire, she's gonna be desired, okay? Kid or nah. You know what I mean? I didn't meet her with the kid. And low key, if I see a woman at the grocery store, she fire, she got a little son with her, I'm like, does he need a stepdaddy? You know? Now, I'm not trying to really be the stepdaddy. I'm just thinking about having sex with her and then leaving her on lurch when she expects me to step up and take the responsibility of being her stepfather. I'm kidding. These are just jokes. But there are some guys who do approach the situation that way. And I do think that when women have the responsibility of children and others that she's within her care, she has to discern better to a certain extent. So maybe she's too busy, but also maybe she's just a little picky. And I think single mothers have to be, because you're bringing a whole other person potentially in your life and you want like a relationship. So I just want to push back on all like the podcasts like, oh, don't date a single. Stop playing.
Let me throw one more thing on it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say, let me put it in this way. Single parents have unfinished business. If you don't mind helping somebody finish their unfinished business, then they are right for you. If you want it to be about your business and nobody else's business, then you don't need a single parent.
I'm just going to add on to this. First of all, if you're going to date a single parent or a single mother, I would just say this. How we say date within your wage group, right? So if you know you don't want to be with somebody who have children, then don't date somebody with children. This is not the person that you should be scoping out, looking for, and so forth. Don't waste your time. Don't waste her time. Keep it moving. But if you're okay with her having a child or two, then go ahead and move accordingly, and then recognize the responsibilities that may or may not come with that based on the conversation that you may have with that woman who you're trying to date. Because some women don't even want you touching their child or getting to know their child until y'all 6 months in, 7 months in, and whatnot. So it's not always going to be, oh, as soon as you get involved with a single mother, all of a sudden it becomes, oh, I'm stepdaddy. There's no stepdaddy responsibilities until it's determined that stepdaddy responsibilities may come about. And it's also based on what you decide too. Like if you decide you want to step into the role as the stepdaddy, then go ahead and own that role. But then don't turn around and hate when she's too busy, because her child's going to come first. And it's true, the child will come first if she's a good parent, you know? And so basically what I'm saying is that there's plenty of people out there. There's a lot of women now who refuse to date men with children. And so just date what you want, what you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with single mamas, then stay the hell out their way, because they are busy and they don't got time for your foolery. So kick rocks.
I mean, but come on, man. You know, so many single mamas do got time for your foolery. Okay, those are my favorite single mamas.
Between the hours of 11 p.m. and 3 a.m.
You know, the ones who got the bullshit. You gonna leave Johnny. Now, I got a conscience. I can't leave Johnny at 7 at the crib by himself. I'll come over. You know, like, we can be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Not make any noises. Single moms need love too. Y'all gotta stop playing. You know what I mean? But I gotta push back because I get. I mean, but here's a conundrum though. I think, right? Like, if I get married to someone, and I wonder, like, how many of us as men feel like we should be prioritized? Like, I mean, honestly, yeah, I got a kid, but I'm still number one, right? I get it. Like, he needs more than me. So being number one doesn't mean that she's got to tend to my needs necessarily. But if there's a choice between giving him some milk and getting some of my milk, you already know what time it is. Wow. You know? I mean, it depends on how hungry it is.
You said giving him some milk and giving her some of my milk?
It's just a play on words. But you know, I'm gonna leave the conversation there. I thought that was pretty good, though.
It was good.